Hello and welcome to a brand new video. It is Football Manager 2023 release day and we are going to be having our first look at the Xbox edition or the console edition this year. I'm playing this on an Xbox Series X. It is out on Game Pass, so if you have got any console in the Xbox family, then you can download FM23, the console edition, now at no extra cost. I am going to be using the controller as well, so I'm looking forward to it. It's my first experience actually playing on the console. I did play the Xbox edition on PC for a little bit last year to show you guys what it was all about. But yeah, looking forward to playing with a controller. That's how I first got into Football Manager many years ago with a Championship Manager on the PS2. So I'm looking forward to going back to me roots, playing with a controller. So without further ado, let's get ourselves into the action. So first things first, let's see how quickly it all loads. Just a quick heads up, if you haven't disabled HDR on the Xbox, it doesn't do that automatically. You could have some problems because this does support HDR. My telly doesn't, so I couldn't see it on my screen, even though I could see it on the Elgato. So just a quick heads up if you are somebody that perhaps doesn't have an HDR compatible TV. You can see all the licenses there in Football Manager. For a lot of people, this will be your first experience of FM, and yeah, it's nice to have that many licenses. There are only a couple of licensed Premier League clubs. We'll have a look at those in a minute. But yeah, I just want to give you a sense of how long it takes to load up on a Xbox Series X, and it is pretty much the same amount of time it does for the PC. So, press any button to start. Okay. Places around the game mainly feature different sections and items. To proceed, move the section focus, so you use the left stick. Okay. And then move left and right. Okay. And there's all of your controls. So it looks like right trigger to continue, left trigger to get your navigation menu up. Okay. Let's go smaller. Screen calibration. Yeah, we want it somewhere in the middle of those, I think. Yeah, it's very weird, isn't it? It all looks fine, though. Okay. Next. Right, so we can confirm that. So there's 3 different modes. You can have career mode, create a club, challenge. There may well be more stuff as well online. The single player ones anyway. You can do your online career. Obviously play a career with your friends, which is really cool. You can do a fantasy draft. So a little bit like FPL. You can make your own draft rules, that sort of thing, and start a tournament with some of your friends. Or you can go into versus mode, so you can take your best career mode teams, you can export them and play with them online. That's a really cool feature that came in last year. But for today, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be having a look at the career mode. I will just show you what different challenges are in the game. So, of course, you've got the Saviour Cometh. You have got Injury Crisis, the Invincibles, Unrest at Home, Top Division, Underdog, and Financial Storm. So no new challenges if you are familiar with those, but something if you want a short-term save that you can sink your teeth into. Right, let's go into career mode then. Do you consider yourself an experienced Football Manager player? I'm going to go with yes, but if it is your first time, perhaps go with no. I just kind of want to see where we are with the match engine and that sort of thing, in-game gameplay, if you like. But there is a list of the Premier League teams. The Premier League is not licensed in Football Manager, but 2 of the teams are. So Manchester City and Brighton and Hove Albion, of course, with the Champions League Also being licensed, Man City are going to be a very, very popular selection. But I don't particularly want to just do the same as everybody else. So we will go with another Champions League team in the shape of Tottenham. Should we go for Tottenham? Yeah, we'll go for Tottenham. So, yeah, and you can have a look at advanced setup. You can set up to 10 nations. It goes all the way down to the Vanarama National League North and South. From the Championship below, it is licensed, fully licensed. And you can see your estimated game speed at the bottom there. But there's lots and lots of nations. You can see all of the different playable nations, mainly in Europe, but there are plenty of leagues outside of Europe as well for you to sink your teeth into. And if you want, you can start unemployed. You can start with an international team. If we go back into Change Club, you can see that right at the top. You can start as a club manager, international manager. You can do both, or you can start unemployed. I remember first ever time I played the PC version, I accidentally became England manager, but it was one of my favourite saves ever, and it was a really good introduction to FM for me. So let's start in England. If I go into next, what will it do? Start the game. I want to do more options. Hang on a second. More options. Aha! Right, so yes, we want to go to the first matches in Champions League football, I think. I'd like to see what... Yeah, first matches in Champions League. Yeah, 5th of September. Okay. Right, play with that. Let's get into it then. Let's see how long it takes to set up a game. So you probably, depending on your PC system, you'd probably be looking at about a minute to 2 minutes to set up your game. If you've got loads and loads of leagues on, then do expect this to take significantly longer, perhaps up to 10 minutes or so, especially if you're playing on Xbox One or Xbox Series S. But wow, that was very, very quick, wasn't it? Right, let's go for Captain Goodspeed. Not Captain America. As much as I might like to be Captain America, I am not. Let's go for Goodspeed. Xbox, how dare you not recognise that as a word? Okay, English, male, 8th of September, 1997. It is a little clunky to get used to. Okay, next. And should we randomise this a little bit? I'm going to wait until we see the tallest guy possible. There we go. Should we make him even taller? So the tallest you can be in this game, 220 centimetres. Let's make him... Should we make him thin or should we make him fat? For some reason, it won't let me actually do anything with that. Ah, you have to use the right stick. So you can make him really thin. Or we can make him pile on the pounds. It actually looks quite terrifying being that tall and fat as well. Head, obviously, you don't have the 3D scanner that you would have in normal Football Manager. Let's randomise that until we get the most ridiculous outfit. That's pretty ridiculous. Oh, that's even more ridiculous. Oh, I quite like that one. But this is a flavour of some of the things you can wear. Oh, we got to go for that, haven't we? Yes, lovely. Right, okay. So, press release. Captain Goodspeed, welcome, welcome, welcome. Perfect. So you can see what happened last season. They're currently 9th in our world. Media prediction is 3rd. Okie dokie. And there is their history. Okay. Awesome. First Xbox achievement. That's what we like to see. But there is our profile. And I do quite like the HUD for Football Manager on the Xbox. I do quite like it. There you go. You can see all of your different stats. And it does have the manager timeline as well, which is one of our new features this year. Let's leave the timeline. If you press left trigger, brings up the left-hand side bar that you would have in Full Fat FM. Let's go to our inbox. How do I show the inbox list? Aha! Okay. So you can see quite a few players. Contracts are running out. There's the club vision if you are a Tottenham fan. Perhaps you'd like to look at that. There is the Premier League table so far. I'm trying to... You can click in the left stick and it will sort of use it as a mouse. You can also plug in a mouse and keyboard into it as well. So, yeah, really cool. Right, most recent English transfers. Erling Haaland, of course. Let's just accept that for now. Okay. Right, let's have a look at the tactics screen. So we do have a control possession tactic. We're probably just going to keep it like that for now. Why is Fraser Forster in goal? Let's see. So this is the tactics screen. You can obviously change your mentality, that sort of thing. You can also change your tactical instructions. I'm going to leave it all on default for now, because the main thing I want to show you is all the different features that you've got. So all of that is in there. And you can add additional tactics. You can pick different formations, that sort of thing. Having a look at set pieces, you can obviously change your takers, that sort of thing. Let's see what... Oops. Oh. I wanted to see if you can do routines. So, corners. There you go. So you can do your routines. And, yeah, let's... So I can I tell him to... Okay. So I can tell him to attack near post, for instance. Yeah, and then let's go to the taker. And then I would go... Oops. Go into that. And then say near post. Perfect. Okay. Right, so all of that's in there. It does take a bit of getting used to. Of course, if you are a console player, you'll probably do a lot better with this. You can put in match plans as well. It's not something that I've ever really played with, match plans, but probably is a good idea to get behind. So if I wanted to change Fraser Forster, for instance, I can hold down A and then with the left stick choose some of these things. I don't like a sweeper keeper, so I'm going to change him to be a goalkeeper, just a normal goalkeeper. But I also want to swap the player for somebody else. If I can. Oh. Right, change. Hugo Lloris is injured. It would appear. Let's view his profile and see what's happened to him. Can we look at his injury? It doesn't actually look like it. Aha. 2 to 4 weeks. There you go. So now we need to change player again. Change it to Fraser Forster. Oh, this is fiddly. This is fiddly. I do quite like this screen. I just wish... There we go. I just wish it was a little easier to use. So we've got Eric Dyer and Romero in defence, is that? Is that really what we want? All right, let's go back here. You can see all of the different players that can play there. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Right. I mean, I think leave it like that. That's fine. So what have we got to do? We've got to confirm the captain. That's fine. Just some of the headline features that you might want to play around with. The recruitment focuses, so you can set yourself specific recruitment foci, if you like. So there is 2 at the moment. 1 for defenders, 1 for strikers. I think that's probably fair enough for Tottenham. That's what you want to do. You can see your budget in the top right corner there as well. 24 million you would have to spend, 288k, but you can move that from side to side with the right stick if you want. So if you want to move the wage budget all the way over, or conversely the transfer budget all the way over. You can also have a little look in the player search screen, something I quite like to do when I'm playing saves like this, where I'm not that bothered about realism. I just like to go to contract expired, and then go into their international stats and sort it sorted by goals, and generally you see some classic names from the past like Obafemi Martins or Ricardo Fuller. Look at that. Graziano Pelle, Daniel Sturridge, of course, Seydou Doumbia, Giuseppe Rossi, Vidra, Loic Remy, all those sort of players. So if you are, somebody that likes making your club a retirement home for certain players, then that's what you can do, and hopefully enjoy yourself with lots of players from the past. You can see your shortlist, you can see your transfer negotiations there, some clauses, staff search, director of football, transfer history as well. That's all there, like you would expect in the full fat version of Football Manager. If you go into finances, you can make some board requests. You can increase the transfer budget, that sort of thing. Expand the stadium, but don't expect too much from the board early on in your reign. The development centre is there as well if you want to be having a look at your reserve team, so you can see who's down there, and you might want to move some of them about. If you want to see what their reports are, go into this drop down here, then down to reports, and you can see straight away that if I sort by ability, Alfie Devine might be somebody I want to move up and give a little bit of first team football to. Harvey White as well, Papa Martasar as well, and Jamie Donnelly certainly looks like they're the best potential at the moment, and all I'm doing there is sorting it by ability or potential. Dane Scarlett looks okay as well. Other things to keep an eye on, if you look at the competition screen, it will show you what competitions you are in. So you can see in the Champions League, we are in a group with Shakhtar Donetsk, SGE, don't know who that is, and Marseille. So if I click onto the Champions League, which is fully licensed this year. Oh, it's Eintracht Frankfurt, I think. That's who SGE must be. Fair enough. And you can see all of the information from there. So, without further ado, let's get ourselves into a match then, I suppose. Let's have a little look at the schedule. So, we lost against Newcastle last time out, lost against Chelsea. So, it's not actually been the best start of the season, if we're honest. Training-wise, it is, basic at the moment. It's not as detailed as we have in the PC version. By the way, if you do have a laptop and Xbox Game Pass for PC, you can get the full version of FM. But if you want something that perhaps runs a little bit smoother, if you don't have a great device, then this is a perfectly adequate alternative. But let's continue on a little bit towards our first match in the Champions League. What are they expecting? Okay, so they're expecting Shakhtar to win. Interestingly. Okay then. So let's just go with the default squad. We are gonna go attacking. Let's see how we get on. Now, what is quite interesting in this version of Football Manager, you do have the instant result button, which, if I can go back into it, is at the top there. So, very, very interesting. So, yeah. Do check that out if you fancy it. You can press instant result. If you want to do preferences, that sort of thing, that's all in here. I'm going to have a little look actually at the sounds. So in match, what do we do want the sounds on, but I'd like to turn them down if possible. No, it doesn't seem to want to do that, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Let's go for sideline. I quite like a sideline view. Actually, no. Let's go with TV. Or what was it? Oh, it was on director, wasn't it? Let's go director. Text only highlights. You want to move that up to max, I would imagine. It can be quite painfully slow if you're not careful. There's your formats, accessibility. So if you are colorblind, there is colorblind mode this year. Don't think that was in last year's game. And okay, right. Let's go for the action then. Here we go into our first match of FM23 Console Edition. And we should have the full Champions League experience as well. So. So there you go, proper licensed stuff. Graphics, all of that good stuff. Music. And here they come walking out into this absolutely packed arena. Look at it. You can't get a seat for miles. You know what? I'm inclined to say the game actually looks better on console than it does on PC. But, oh, that was interesting, that screen. What's going on here? Oh, keeper gets it away. It's very zoomed in. Is it meant to be this zoomed in? Here's Lucas Moura over the bar. Unlucky. Right. Is it this button? Okay. So... let's... I actually think sideline is the best the best one. We'll zoom out a little bit as well. Okay, that seems fine. Let's have a little look at the Matchday tablet. Oh, so tablet. Oh, it's actually. Oh, I like that. Oh, I tell you what, I wish that was in the actual game. So you can customize what stats you want on there. So if you really, really, really want to see the number of clearances from your team, you can put that on there, and you can see that's at the bottom. You can see the XG story as well. Analysis throughout the match momentum. That's always a good one to look at. Around the grounds, I love this. Love this screen. So you've got the latest scores. You've got your league table in there. And assistant manager advice. You can have a look at shouts. So there's 4 different shouts. So let's fire them up. And we'll see how that goes. There we go. Right, here we go then. You can change your mentality as well. You can change some of the instructions. And, of course, you can do your tactics and substitutions if you want. Perfect. Right then. So, we do look the slightly better team at the moment than Shakhtar Donetsk. Which is what you'd expect. It's cleared nicely. Yeah, I much prefer this view to what we had before. Obviously, feel free to choose your own when you play the game yourself. But this is running really, really smooth. I actually really like this. That is a decent ball forward. Not to be, though. Matvienko. Yeah, might need to just zoom it out slightly more. I want to actually see what 2D Classic looks like these days. Yeah, let's go for that. That looks a bit better. Looks like we should be able... Yeah, you can see the sideline at the bottom there. So here's Shved to Traore. Traore forward to Shved now. Shved gets it into Traore again. That's forward to Shved. It's 1-0 to Shakhtar Donetsk. Good goal for Shakhtar there. And, well, our poor start to the season continues with Tottenham Hotspur. And, well, this is very representative of what's been happening in my Football Manager saves. I tell you. Not a great start. Here's Dyer on the ball. Gets it to Romero now. Romero to Basuma. Basuma gets it forward towards Harry Kane. Heads it down to Son. Here's Kulusevski. Here's Harry Kane. What on earth are you doing? That was pretty terrible, wasn't it? Right then. 5 minutes left until half time. And that was not great. Oh. Right, so new feature this year, I believe. Let's be angry. Yeah, there you go. Positive reaction. Yeah, very good. Okay, let's get ourselves into the second half then. We are going to go even more attacking to try and turn this around. It would be nice to actually have some decent highlights here. Here's Son. Gets it to Davis now. Davis forward. Here's Yatsenko. Bondar. Shved. Shved on the ball. Here's Yatsenko. Bondar. Matvienko. Oh, Højbjerg gets it. Go on, son. Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg over the bar. I don't think it's Pierre-Emerick, is it? It might well be. I'm just outing myself. Right. Let's make some changes, shall we? Who's not playing well today? Højbjerg. We can change him. We can see if Pierre-Emile. I was close enough. I don't know what I've done there. How do I undo? Right. I'm actually gonna use the mouse for a little bit. Right, who do we want to bring on? Let's bring on Bentancur. Mora's not having a good game, so let's bring him on for... Let's bring Richarlison on. And Kulusevski. Let's bring on Brian Gill. There you go. I mean, inspiring substitutions all over the pitch. Right, come on, boys. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, you can zoom in and out using the right stick if you're interested. Here's Basuma. Oh, it's Richarlison. He scores, and that is what you call a genius substitution. Richarlison has just scored, Basuma with the assist, and it's now Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Very, very good. That's what we like to see. Right, let's try and demand more. Here we go. You can see that's had a positive effect on them. Lots of green smiley faces now. Forward from the keeper. Here's Romero to Basuma. Back to Romero now. Romero, Basuma. That's forward to Son now. Son on the ball. Ooh, that was a chance. That was a chance. Didn't happen though. Oh. Harry Kane seems tired. Well, pity for him. Harry Kane can do one. Oh, he's slightly injured. Bless his cotton socks. He can do one. Well, there you go. Full time. 1-1. But there you have it then. That is Football Manager on the Xbox Series X. Bottom line is, it does actually run very, very well as a game. And there you go. Motivational speaker. Whoa. Very, very good. So, that... Is there going to be more? Is there more coming? I don't think so. But there you go. That is Football Manager on the Xbox Series X. I actually really enjoyed that. If you have got Xbox Game Pass, it is 100% worth a download. I think it's about 3.5 gig. Took me 10 minutes this morning to install it. So do give it a go if you fancy giving it a try. You know, it will take a little bit of getting used to with the controller, but do remember you can poke in the left stick and just use it as a mouse, and you can get anywhere you want very quickly. You can even edit your manager appearance if you so wish. That's probably how I would do it. I think it's a little bit more fluid that way rather than, you know, fiddling about with selecting which part of the screen you want to click and that sort of nonsense. But it's entirely up to you. You play it how you want to enjoy it. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Hopefully you have too. There are other versions of Football Manager available as well, but I want to have a look in particular at the Xbox Series X version because I know a lot of you will be on consoles out there. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. Of course, my daily Journeyman series at 4 o'clock as well on the main version of the game on PC. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.